What is good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul, and for today's video I've got a very quick and easy video to present to you today. Here we have in hand the newly released Nike ReactX Rejuven8 Slides. These slides here come as a product of the insane amount of hype and virality all around the original ReactX Rejuven8, which I personally passed on just because that style of shoe is not necessarily up my alley. But these here I absolutely needed to cop in light of the fact that everybody was talking about how comfortable those were in the form factor of a pair of slides, which I regularly wear. I'm literally wearing slides as we speak. This one was a no-brainer of a pickup for me, and I do believe after today's video you'll feel the exact same way. But just before we jump into it, I did want to let you know that my clothing brand LWH Clothing just restocked a myriad of different garments that sold out very quickly, including all three colorways of the perfect zip-up hoodie, comprised of a super premium quality 550 GSM brushed French terry cotton. This is a very specifically sourced cotton that does undergo our vintage wash protocol for an insane level of softness, but also to achieve that authentic, beautiful vintage fade. No stone was left unturned because we went with heavyweight hardware, which does include the super smooth cross zipper pull, and this piece is to cut absolutely immaculately, featuring a wide body, slight crop, and drop shoulder. See what the community is raving about? Check out the perfect zip-up hoodie linked below, among many of the other garments that just restocked. And now, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the details around the Nike ReactX Rejuven8 Slides. So the Nike ReactX Rejuven8 Slide does retail at $60. Side note, for the rest of this video, I'm just gonna call them the slides because that name is way too long. But these slides did release originally in black on April 23rd for the first time on Nike. And to nobody's surprise, the slides instantly sold out, with so many people taking L's, including myself. But the good news is a restock is actually on the way on May 15th for the black pair, a white pair, Volt, blue, burgundy, and of course the pair I have here, khaki. Now you might be wondering how I was able to pick these up for retail early. Great question, by the way. These aren't exclusive to Nike. They actually are going to be releasing at major retail stores. One of them having dropped this pair early in this colorway, and that link will be provided in the description below. Whether or not an early release from that retailer in this colorway was intentional or not is a question I don't care to have the answer for. I'm just glad they actually arrived. But moving right along to the materials and details of these slides, ReactX foam comprises the upper and midsole, enshrouding your foot and providing a cushioning system that nicely balances the two opposite sides of the spectrum, providing an ultra plush, impact absorbing ride with a very solid amount of energy returning responsiveness and stability. That stability is aided by the fact that this outsole is very sticky and responsive and is made of rubber, featuring that radial traction pattern, as well as the little bumps here. So if you find yourself next to a slick area, maybe you're walking by the pool or a dusty LA Fitness basketball court, you can rest assured that you are going to have an amazing amount of grip with these slides. Now, as for sizing, originally when I first got the pair in and tried them on for the first time, I was actually going to recommend considering taking a size up, but after spending some time with these, I do believe a vast majority of people will be well served to just go true to size. That's what I did here, opting for my true size of a size 9, and I find that the length of them is perfect, with my only reservation originally being around how tight the strap was here up top. But as I mentioned, after wearing them a little bit, I do realize that this strap is the only thing providing lockdown. So for that reason, not only is the strap totally practical, it's actually that tight for function. So go true to size. Even for you wide footers out there, Nike provided a nice amount of room here at the toe area. But if your shoe size does end in a 0.5, just go ahead and take the next whole size up. Overall, this is a fantastic pair of slides. I do think that these are the best slides to release since the Yeezy slides, which is a very big shoe to fill. Absolutely pun intended, I meant to say that. The Nike ReactX Rejuven8 Slides provide elite level of cushioning, nice stability, lots of grip, and probably my favorite feature about them is that they give you a nice little platform for a little additional height. Also, one understated detail about them is that there's a bit of a hump, not just here at the top of the midfoot, but the shoe does feel like it convexes here at the bottom, providing almost like a rolling sensation with every forward step that you take. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but it's a sensation that you will feel once you have the shoes actually on your foot. Kind of hard to describe, but trust me, it is a very nice feeling. I sincerely believe these are the best slides to release in a very, very long time. But if we're gonna have the discussion of best slides, we would be ill-served not to mention the Yeezy slides, because the fact is this pair of slides here absolutely changed the way we as a public look at slides. I mean, if you go to your local Costco, you're gonna find slides that look just like this. This pair here is my original pair of Yeezy slides that I purchased all the way back in 2018. This was the first pair, the bone colorway, and since acquiring them, I've literally worn these thousands and thousands of times. These are over 7 years old. They're holding up just great. I'm wearing them today. I wore them yesterday to basketball. These slides are amazing. And while I do believe that this is a totally subjective matter, my personal preference is the Yeezy slides over these for two main reasons. The first one being is that the Yeezy slides, in my opinion, look better overall. I love the streamlined silhouette and ovular shapes that make up the Yeezy slide. The proportions are beautiful, and you got that nice jagged outsole with predominantly minimalist design details all throughout this slide. But additionally, I do prefer the foam used on the Yeezy slides a little bit more. I do find that they're a bit softer, which is generally the reason why I do opt to wear slides. As I mentioned earlier in today's video, there's a bit of a spectrum when it comes to softness versus stability. A shoe can be ultra soft, but will sacrifice a little bit in the stability department, and vice versa. For the Nike ReactX slide, you do have a nice amount of stability, more stability than what you see on the Yeezy slide, but my personal preference when it comes to slides is ultra plush softness. From a utilization standpoint, the reason why I wear slides is to be comfortable, is to be on a footbed that is gonna make me feel like I'm walking on clouds. I generally don't wear clogs or slides with outfits, so to speak. I wear them to be comfortable. And it's not to say these aren't comfortable. I'm just saying that the Yeezys are a bit softer and a bit more comfortable. With that said, I wouldn't blame you for liking these more. Like I mentioned, these have a lot more stability than the Yeezy slides. So if your purpose is to wear these all the time with outfits, a daily shoe, so to speak, these will probably not only have you feeling very comfortable as well as providing more stability, but I do think that these could potentially last longer. To put it in basketball terms, to me, these slides represent LeBron James. Well-rounded, look great on paper, got the nice stats, going to do great in terms of longevity, but to me, the Yeezy slides, these are like Kobe, elite or absolutely the best in one department, turns the game into an absolute art form, and inexplicably will always be the GOAT. That's a Yeezy slide. A great case can be made for both, and that's why I'm very happy to have these slides in my rotation. My Yeezy slides are absolutely cooked and withstood the test of time, so it's about time I do bring in a new pair of slides. But with that being said, you guys let me know in the comment section down below what you think about these slides. Do you plan on picking them up? As I mentioned, I will provide a link to get them early for retail in the description below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please communicate that to me by liking today's video and subscribing to my channel with notifications on so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, thank you so much for the continued support, and I'll see you again in the next upload. Peace and be blessed.